go. I do believe we're live. Don't know if I believe that you're level. But I do believe that we're live. So I'll say, indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. What a pleasure it is to have you here again on another conscious evolution. Another opportunity for us to consider the funks we find ourselves within. Meh, it looked worse before. The funk? Maybe you're riffing on what I'm saying. Are you talking about the state of reality right now, dear Sam? What's going on in the world, kind of, as a funk? Natalie, becoming a melter, a member to my YouTube channel, you putting some monies in my bank account so that I can do the things that I do on my side. The whole last month's Patreon and yoga money went to acquiring some papers. But the papers have been acquired. I am officially not a criminal in China. Officially. Oh, Nat, I need you to thrive. It helps. Plus, it's my online survey money. Thank you, friend. It makes a difference. Every single little dollar makes a difference. You better believe. I'm trying to open my chat and then I'm trying to open that email. Let's see if I can get this done. It seems to be working. Working enough. Whoop whoop. Bless you. Check here. Check. Let me see if I can show you. There it is. I don't think you can technically do anything with this information. Can you? Pretty sure you can't do anything with this information. But there it is. Notoriety certificate. And it reads, applicant, me. My gender being male, having pebness, being born on this date, nationality South African, passport number, issue under notarization non-criminality. This is to certify that myself, full name, had never been subject to any criminal sanction in China from April 18th, 2019 to August 2020. Notary was Tang Yunhua. Thank you, Tang. Has the Jiangsu province seal. And just like that, another thing is done. I'll just say to Pete. Thank you, Pete. Oh, I have to spend some time gathering the rest of the funds. I trust you'll hold on to them until you receive my payment. Kind regards. There we go. Now I just need to gather 244 US dollars again, and then I can have that piece of paper actually mailed to me because I need the physical. I need the physical copy, of course. Natalie gifting more memberships to Brandon Michael. I do know that Uncle Becky is a Brandon, technically. But let's check. I think I missed some. Now, what's the topic we're discussing? Funky smells? No, more just the funk we find ourselves within, right? Like we can look at the state of reality right now and liken that to a certain funk to be in. I feel like I'm a little bit of in a funk today. Not like there's anything particularly wrong. There's just this low hum, almost like quietness, like a silence that has arisen in my spirit. You know what I mean? You totally know what I mean. But that is the thing I'm feeling right now. Found a piece of grass I lost yesterday. I just have this sense of like, nothing's wrong, but nothing's right either, kind of mentality. Maybe I should change that mentality since I got my paperwork. So that's something that's right, in fact. Best believe. I'm going in tomorrow into town to go and get my police clearance from our local police as well. I'm gonna go and get my passport renewed. And there's something else I want to do. Yeah. Also take some photos potentially. I don't know if I should with me having some blemishes on my face right now, but I'm gonna apparently need like 16 different passport photos, like small ones. So I'm gonna make those as well. A silence that has risen in my spirit. Know what I mean? Oh fuck, yeah. Yeah. Not only is that something right, but it is something you did work for. It's interesting that you say that, Natalie. It is something that I've done some work for. I definitely have gotten closer and closer to being in that state more frequently than not. Hey, Tristan Blaze. Hi to you too, dear friends. Nice having you here. Sending you blessings. I see you. It doesn't necessarily mean something is wrong, but my mood feels weird as fuck today too. There we go. Yeah. Same, Sam. Like, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong, but it just kind of feels like, you know, like a little bit, has that kind of vibe to it. And the work to make sure you qualified for these clearances is true. I had to be all of that, not a criminal, in order to get that, right? It's actually something that me and Jovan did talk about, not that part specifically, but the amount of stuff that had to happen in a very specific way, right? If Jovan, if Jovan wasn't as upstanding of a citizen as she is, right? Having done all of the things, having paid her taxes and had her job and had a home to welcome me into, all of those things, then none of this would be possible, right? Quite literally. And in the same breath, right, if I was a degenerate just doing whatever I want to, getting arrested multiple times, then I wouldn't be allowed this opportunity to go to America either. The funk you're feeling is called Monday. Yeah, it's the Monday funk. Work to make sure you qualify. There's nothing immediately wrong, but I don't feel completely right either. Fuck if I know. I'm just along for the ride. Yeah, maybe there was some sort of quantum shift again. Did you notice anything? Are we in a whole different reality once more? I have to go. Bye, bro. I have exams to study for. Thank you, Tristan, for finding yourself here for a moment, despite having those exams to study for. Good luck. I hope they do not try and catch you out. I hope the tests are just there to see how much you know. And I trust you know a lot. Bless you, dear friend. If it doesn't feel right, that's okay. It might be the sign that you need to move your physical, that you need to move yourself somewhere else, metaphorically or physical. If Siobhan wasn't an upstanding of a citizen as she is, a feat of a pirate republic she lives in, a feat in the private republic she lives in. It is so. It is so. Right? I understand better than most that the real world is the Wild West. Right? The real world, things are not done by the book, to say it in so many words. Things are very much done by the act of survival, right? Like people make do with existence as they go. And again, right, if that was the case for either of us, then we wouldn't be able to come together potentially, right, because of that as well. It was Terra Nova's 6th birthday yesterday. She can hold the conversations now and spell and read things. It's wild. One of my favorite sayings about having children is like having a kid is, it goes like this. Having a kid is like having a dog, except it slowly learns to talk, right? Like you're taking care of this creature that you're welcoming into your home, and then at some point that creature can speak to you. As Natalie says, can hold a conversation, can write, can read. This creature can read now? What? MeltMore, born in South Africa, chooses China as a country to work abroad and then goes to visit the US. I'm not going to visit the US, Natalie. I'm moving to the US. Tekken mimicries absolutely gets that the world is not in the guidebooks. I don't know what that last sentence meant, but are you joking about the fact that I went from South Africa to China to then the United States? The key theme here should be the fact that I don't want to stay in South Africa, right? The reason I went to China in the first place is because there's not any real earning opportunities here for young people. So I went and took an opportunity on that side. There's going to be some interesting things with the United States side. Apparently, I'm not allowed to work. Like, actually not allowed to work for a while when I get there. That's going to be an interesting one for me. And then at the same point, this creature speaks to you. He already says, no, and I get that he's not supposed to know what he's babbling yet, but it's oddly well timed for him not to know. Reads, he knows where not to be. I'm still so confused. As in, it's better for me to be in the United States right now? Are you saying that I want to be in the United States because I don't know how bad things are? It's like I have access to the news too. I just don't talk about it much these days. Right? We did have like a whole kind of few moments getting really into the whole world events thing. But I noticed that I was getting way more involved emotionally than I could potentially get involved physically. And as soon as I realized that, and it really dawned upon me, I stopped. And it was thanks to Javan for helping me with that as well. You know, to move from where you are, not comfortable, and understand that there is a lot not talked about in all these countries. Ah, yes. Yes, this is true. I had like a whole list of things I was straight up advised not to talk about by my school. They like literally had like a whole HR thing where they were like, hey, now that you're in China, don't talk about these things. and they gave me a list. You may have an overly rosy opinion on the United States, Melt. We're pretty much constantly on some dumb shit. No, not exactly, dear Sam. Where at in the US are you going? I'm going to Indiana. I think I am going to be technically in the Bible Belt. Technically, Greece. I definitely don't have an overly rosy opinion on the United States, dear Sam. I just am used to living in Africa, right? That's like my baseline. If you've been to Africa and it's here for you, if you want to come and see it for a while, come to Africa for like 2 weeks, right? And then see what it's like. And if it allows you to form a new kind of baseline, when you go back home, it's gonna look pretty rosy. Let me just say it in that way, dear Sam. Good thing you can quote verse. Yeah, exactly. Good thing I grew up in the Bible Belt too, technically. I'm super comfortable around those people too, at the least. All right, it's not something odd to me. I'm not gonna be caught off guard to say it in so many words. Haste makes waste. It's true. Most places in the U.S. are great, but stay out of Gary, Indiana. Uh, I do like women, Rick, so it should be easy for me to stay out of Gary. Haha, Gary. Do you know Gary as well, Sam? Or was I making the joke correctly? Was that the joke that was supposed to be made? Love is true. I am going to America to be with someone I love and to do the things that I love doing, which is this. Nothing is really gonna change for me other than where it is I be. No, it's law. No, it's a city. Okay. Love is true indeed, dear Natalie. So if you can go see the races, see if you can go see the races. Like vehicle races, Gary, Indiana is a crime-ridden shithole for reference. Checks out. There's Jovan. He won't go to Scary Gary. Good morning, folks. Good morning, Zhao. It's nice having you. Yeah, Jovan is gonna take me to all of the places that is gonna be good. I'm sure it's gonna be nice. I look forward to it. India, hey, Lucy is here too. We have Lutz here as well. Hello there. We are watching. Hey, Hendrak. Hey, Hendrak. I'm texting since he can't really move that good yet, but he and me are sending much lovins to everybody. Hey, Hendrik, get better. My voice is sending frequencies. Those frequencies are coming out speakers. Those frequencies are flying through your bones, through your internal organs, helping them heal and stuff. That's totally what's happening right now. Can you see it? No? Let's imagine frequencies. Bones. Yes, it makes total sense. Love is true. We're hoping you're getting better soon, dear friend. We're here with you. We've talked about you bunches in your absence, and we're happy that you had a friend here to let us know that you're okay. And you're gonna be even more okay soon enough. I have to slip out now. Thank you, Natalie, for the time that you spent. Have an amazing time. It was nice seeing you here with us. My voice is helping you feel right now. I mean, it's true. Sure do hope it's making you feel good. You're amazing. You're so strong, Hendrik. You're so powerful. You're so getting healed quickly and stuff. Basically Superman. Basically Superman, you know. Basically an Ubermensch. Basically. I'm adding some heat to my Dyna evaporator. I have some. I don't really know if I want to say the name of this strain out loud. It's called Pink Panty. Yeah. Okay. There it is. This one is very floral. This one is kind of like rose petals. Rose petals alongside What is that flavor? I don't know if I like the second flavor. I like the rose petals, but how are you doing, Lutz? Heard lots about our boy, none about you. For context, if I use it's Hendrik's words, missing you too, Super Sam and Joe Melt and Tooth and all of you, everybody of you is a reason for me to stay strong. You have friends here that look forward to you being in this space with us. What Sam says is true though, Lutz. You can let us know about you too, dear friend. Where is it you find yourself? I'm guessing both of you are finding yourself in the hospital right now, but you know, I mean, how are things going on the inside? Such hugs. It's so curious. The first one was kind of like rose petals and baked goods. And almost like you were baking a cake, and then pieces of that cake boiled over the rim, and then it dropped onto the stove top, or not stove top, maybe like the oven elements, and then it kind of like got a little bit burny smelling. That was like the first flavor profile. And this second one, had almost like cereal, like Oaties. Let's see if the third one still tastes good. I'm doing fine generally, but I miss my job, to be honest. I'm taking care of my mother basically full time at the moment. Jeeps. Can't imagine how difficult that must be. And there it is again. The second time I wasn't that vocal about it, but it kind of has a flavor profile of woodworking. I don't know if you've ever done woodworking, but when you saw through wood, it has a certain smell to it. When you create shavings, those shavings smell a certain way. And this strain had that taste. For some inexplicable reason. The last time I tried it was kind of lavender-like, which is, I think, the part that is really taking me off guard. You're a good person, buddy. Are you taking any time for yourself? You know what the nags say, you can't pour from an empty cup is true. These nags are speaking wisdom, if that is what they say. Taking care of other people. It's such a weird uh, balance. Is that the word I'm looking for? Energy exchange. Like I'm imagining all of the amount of potential guilt or lack thereof that there are available to us in these experiences as well. It's not exactly easy being a person in general. And then when it becomes too hard for you to be a person by yourself, I can't imagine it's easy asking for help. And then the third layer, back again. And I definitely can't imagine that it's easy to actually do the taking care. ALS is a bitch, but every day is a gift. We manage. And thank you, Sam. You are a good person yourself. All of you, really. It sometimes is hard to find me time, not gonna lie, but overall, I would say I'm in tune. I'm happy to hear that. Taking the moments that we get as we get them, right? It's almost like a surfing. All right. It's like it's not always time to surf, but when there are waves, then surfing can be surfed. I don't know why I'm talking about surfing like I've ever surfed a day in my life. But I imagine that it's not always surf time, that there has to be the right tide and the waves had to be just right, you know? Then you surf. And in the same way, me time is like that to me too, where when it's low tide and it's my quiet time, things need to be done, then I'm very capable of filling that role myself as well. We had a whole conversation, or at least introduced that for our reason to discuss today. This whole energy of being in a funk, right? And I'm trying to almost like pair up this discussion with that as well. I don't have my phone with me in the hospital right now. They left it at my place. Lutz will bring it to me on Wednesday when he's visiting me again. Sick. I was wondering about that as well, you know, like hoping that at least you have a phone there. Like, what are you supposed to do while you're waiting to get better in the hospital? When I had my appendix removed, Hendrik, I had a laptop with me that I played Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer, but by myself. Those those like waves. And I had so much fun with it. I believe that I got pretty cracked. Got good at it in that hospital. I hope you have something to keep you busy. I'm happy that Lutz is there to keep you company at the very least. I know ALS is basically a slip and slide, but it's so important for you to carve out time for you. There's something that happens mentally when we're caught up in a never ending task. It's true. Again, coming back to that waves analogy, right? It's like when the waves come, you should allow yourself to surf. Watching a lot of bad German lower class TV besides sleeping. Good. At least you are getting that rest like 80% of the day. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting that you say that. The whole bad German lower class TV. We have stuff like that here in South Africa as well. That's just like bad lower class Afrikaans media, you know. And like if you're an Afrikaans person and you get to be on one of these shows, it's like a big deal. Right? Like people will talk about that. People like you could have like had like one show in like one episode 15 seasons back and people will be like, you know, that person was in Seven the Lawn or whatever. And it's like, yeah, you've told me 7 times before. And I also never had the appetite to watch those shows. I think I might have watched a total of like 2 episodes because it was like with other people. But yeah, Afrikaans television. I'm trying to make sure I'm scanning the libraries of my mind. I don't think I've actually watched any of it. Ah, there we go. I did watch Heidi. Heidi was like a children's animated show that was in Afrikaans. So that I did watch in Afrikaans. One TV show that I did watch. Hendrik, buddy. We were worried. We've got a good friend. You've got a good friend, though. It's true. I mean, we like Hendrik. It's not that surprising that Hendrik would have friends that like him too. That he would have good ones at that as well. What is German Jerry Springer like? Yeah, she got diagnosed 12 years ago. They gave her 5 to 8 years. We are thankful for every extra day. This is my mind, Lutz, that's like leaning into the side of me that's like a little bit of a techno optimist. But did you see that there are like a few people with ALS getting chips in their brains right now, enabling them to communicate with their family after they can't anymore, and one day being able to help themselves as well. Imagine having a robot body in the space with you, so you can help yourself literally. I think it might be a little bit weird, but at least we live in the world where that's now a thing. So kitty coming out. We used to watch Sand Munchin when I was a kid. I see Sandman in there, but I don't know if there's any relation. Sandman? Is it about the Sandman? Sad Munchin. And like Munchin is like a key in Afrikaans, like small. Munchin. Like Sandman would be like big. And Sand Munchin is like small. Is that what it means, Prairie Wolf? Is that how it works? The Sand Children? Munchin. The Sand Boys. Uh, there isn't really Jerry Springer style TV shows anymore over here. It's more like bad acted reality shows, yeah, about different stuff like betrayal and fraud and stuff. Checks out. That's what our TV shows are about as well. Like, or they're, hey, stop digging. Don't touch me. He was digging holes in the yard back there, and now she's gonna try and like get all cozy. No, no, no! Don't be touching me! Don't touch me! See if there's dirt on the blanket now. I upload Sand of Time. I upload the Root Sandstorm. East German Kid Show. Oh yeah, yeah. Jeeps. Doggo stepping on my stuff. And got no respect them. It would be cool to visit Melton Zhao. It would be cool to get visitors. Sant Munchin, the Munchin, more references to cute form of man. Okay, you see, so it is kind of like that. Here in South Africa, you could also say cute, right? We say ki. So if I wanted to make the word man cute, for example, I say oh maniki, right? Daya oh maniki. But it's also at the same time a way of like making something smaller, right? Cute and small can be synonymous as well. So it's like Sant Manchen would be Sant Maniki, right? Sant Mon would be the big one, burly, big bearded, and then Sant Maniki would be like small, small and cute. Cute form of man, not in the sense of children. And yeah, I was called out. I was called out? Cold out for like 3 to 4 days. I think I'm not even sure. They broke down my door to get me out of my flat because the wind closed it before I passed out. Holy shit. Like, Hendrik, that was actually, unironically, one of the things that I was most worried about, right? Is when Lutz let me know what had happened, the first thing I thought to myself is that when that had happened to me, I could go to my mom and let her know that I needed help, right? And then we drove to the hospital, and then I got taken care of. If you didn't have someone there with you when that happened, and like our friends still don't know, I've been leaving it up to you. I did kind of drop a hint by talking to you, right? All sneaky like. But if you want to let the friends know what had happened, please do. And then after it happened, freaking being in your apartment, having to have them kick your door down so they can get to you. How did they know? I was called out like for 3 to 4 days. Were you just like out in your apartment for 3 to 4 days, like passed out from pain or something? I managed to call emergency services. There was just pain, too much to handle in the end. Yeah, yeah, that's how it was for me too. You're gonna break the egg, let people know what had happened. It's not like the end of the world, but it's still your thing. All right, it's yours to share. Mine happened when I was very young. Mom is going to be starting chemo next week for breast cancer. Jeebs. I'm happy that she's getting medical help. Breast cancer is no joke. I'm hoping they found it as soon as possible as well, Dream Tooth. Sending you blessings during these times, bro. Sending mom strength. Yeah. What a world we live in, huh? At least we do have access to relatively decent medical care. And I'm saying relatively decent because it's probably going to get better. And what we think is good medical care now, people will laugh at 100 years from now. They'll be like making fun of us or something. But again, 100 years ago, we're making fun of what they thought good medical care was as well. So at least we're living in this era where people can just inject you with something, make you pass out, and then cut something out of your body. We are sending love and strength to Mama Tooth. Thank you, Lutz. Thank you, Hendrik. Yeah. The hospital. The last time I was in the hospital was for my wisdom tooth that was removed. That was in April, right? Yeah. And that experience was, I think, the first one that I've ever been in the hospital as an adult. My previous time in the hospital was for my appendix. And during that time, there was still so much insecurity in me, right? Weirdly enough, I wasn't that scared of dying on the operating table. I was more scared of them seeing me naked while I'm unconscious. How's that for insecurity? But again, that was like my concern. I was like, oh no, they're gonna be making me unconscious to cut something out of me. What if they see my pepness? And then this time around, thank goodness, right? That was not even remotely one of my concerns because I had this sense of being in an environment, if you will, in this hospital environment. And I had this conviction, if you will, where this is the place where you want to be if you're getting this kind of help, right? I was like looking around myself and was like, ah, yes, this is the place where you get operated on, right? And many people come to this place, and many people leave this place still alive, right? If people were coming here and dying in droves, all right, this place would cease to exist by market levers or, prosecution or whatever. And it just brought me this sense of peace, I guess would be the word. Like, this is gonna be okay feeling. I hate hospitals so much. I've spent literal years in different ones over my life. The food is horrible in almost all of them. Yeah, Lutz. On that, I probably cannot argue, or there's a specific word that I'm looking for. I cannot give pushback. This is true. Unfortunately, hospital food is not going to be the best. Ideally, you don't stay long enough to eat the food. The quickness of care is the thing that I want more than anything. One of the things that I'm grateful for at the very least. And so grateful you were able to get help. And even more grateful you weren't just left in the fucking wind. Yeah. Thank you so very much for coming here and telling us lots. Love is true. I had to spend a few extra days in the hospital after my C-section, and there was in total one edible meal I was served. I basically lived on barbecue pulled pork pizza and taquitos from the gas station. Just your beloved having to bring you stuff that is semi palatable. Yeah. I wonder why they do that. My mind is trying to find some sort of rhyme or reason in serving people bad food. Like maybe it encourages people to get out of the hospital quicker. Right? Your body is like, this food is so bad, I'm gonna heal faster so that I can leave. Always, as we said, we know each other since 14 years ago, more than half our lives. He got me out of my hole, gave me a job, a purpose, a routine, introduced me to meditation, and so on. It was only fair. Love is true. I'm happy that you had him in your life as well for all of those reasons. Like having someone that influences us that way changes our whole lives, right? Like it might be a bunch of things, but all of those things lead to marked change. They released me they released me a day early though. So I think that's a win for the junk food recovery strategy. Get that boy some tacos. Blessings to all of my dear friends. I don't think taco eating's gonna be the best thing for him right now. Blessings to all of my dear friends here. Thanks, Melt, for if you will, I will. I will. I promise. I'll make you a promise. I will. I see Joe's here with us. Hey, bro. It's nice having you. To say it in the words of Iran Ma, I love the man as much as a straight man can love another straight man. The fact that we live in the canon universe where I think I don't know if he's one of or still the, but let's just say the richest person on planet Earth unironically tweets about the president of the United States, right? Just like if we just gave that context, like never mind even who these people were and the extra layers of ridiculousness that that adds. Like again, 100 years pass, and it's like, yeah, did you know 100 years ago, the richest man on planet Earth at that time tweeted about the current American president, who is, by all metrics, the most powerful man on planet Earth, tweeted about him. I love this person as much as one straight man can love another straight man. And it's like, and then literally months later, I don't know if I want to go down that rabbit hole, open that can of worms, but the other tweets that got tweeted afterwards, it's like in such stark contrast, such seething hatred, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely bonkers. One moment of absolute gratitude can change your life, can transform your whole life. Absolutely. Not even close at the moment. He is the richest officially, but Putin and some sheiks got probably more. I wouldn't be surprised either. Yeah, I think it's the official. But again, let's just say, like in officials, the official richest man on planet Earth tweeted that about the official president of the United States. Right? And we're like, all of humanity is like, oh yes, this is our instance of reality. This funk that we're in, we did talk about that a little bit. If the richest man on earth says he loves the most powerful man on earth, you need to be taking a closer look at the relationship because it ain't as straight as it seems. Yeah. Might not be gay, but it probably is crooked. You see what I did there? Oh, they definitely have more. Who else were they supposed? How else were they supposed to buy him? Yeah, the amount of money that the planet Earth has. It is pretty wild. You can hear the dogs digging and stuff. At least they're not digging in the yard anymore, but it's still disturbing my attention span. It's letting my mind know that there's a point of interest right there. I think it is time. It's cold out today. It is technically peak winter right now. And for all that money, I think I missed the previous one from Hoopty Hoops. I'm wearing an neroli and patchouli, sipping on tea. I rose petals, cumin seeds, and black pepper. Sounds diverse. And for all that money, he's been fanned with. He still can't scrape enough together to get his wife to look like she's in love with him in public. Yeah, I mean, like, I think all of the rich people don't have lives that I envy, right? Sure, maybe I could imagine what it's like to have their money and how nice it would be to spend it. But living their lives, right? Being just slotted into the life that begotten that kind of money. I don't know if I would trade places with anybody right now. Not really. Joe, one of the things Hendrik taught me that stuck was love is like a fart. If you force it, it's going to be shit. Yeah, it's a hilarious one. Let things come naturally. My mind is trying to make a joke, something laxatives, Lutz. What is the laxatives equivalent to love? Uh, MDMA probably. You two are precious, Lutz. Yeah, they're giving me friendship vibes, like between me and Christian a lot. I like it. My wrist feels a little bit not okay. True. I'm curious what will happen in the next episode of the U.S. government series. It is kind of like that, right? Like I'm kind of invested on some parts of this episode or this season. This season I'm like really invested on the whole seeing what's gonna happen with digital assets. I am a computer person. I've always been. Literally, you friends have never not known me being computer person. And to see your country now really embrace the change that is dawning upon us, that's the part of the show that I'm like, let's see what's gonna happen next. It's been a bumpy ride, TBH. But it's I guess that's what makes it fun, right? Probably more slander about E. Jean Carroll, the delay, deny, defend tactic when questioned about dragging the country into another war, and more gossip about how he smells like. Yeah, I don't care about any of that stuff whatsoever. Right? For me, it's just imagining what the change is going to look like because the change needs to happen. Right? That part is clear, and it seems America actually wants to be a part of that change. Right? And again, take away the richest person on earth, take away Donald Trump. There are still going to be a lot of people pushing America forward, right? Trying to make stuff happen. Munere Naitere. What are we talking about today? We were having a conversation about being in a funk. Right, me doing that more would put me straight on a funk. Right, I probably put myself in a funk. I'm gonna show you a flower now. We're about at the finish line of today's stream. Here's yesterday's flower piece. And it seems America actually wants to be a part of that change. Part of us do. The xenophobic minority wants to go back to wearing pointy white hoods. Yeah, again, there will be outliers in every population. And all you can do is be one of the good. Be one of the people that make pretty, right? It's trying to help the world. It's trying to make things better. And if you do that, then guess what? and the world has been helped. The world has been made more pretty by your efforts. All right, we have to go now. Doctor is coming to check up on Hendrik. Bless. Much love to you all. Hendrik will be back in 2 days. I'll probably check in tomorrow if I can make it. Love you, Lutz. Love you, Hendrik. Thank you for spending some time with us, your friends. I'm happy that I could show the flower. I hope Hendrik got to see it just before he had to say goodbye. Look at that little person. Yes. Hey, Kristen's here too. Bro, I just got here. Moon Knight. Yeah, but I didn't. You scoundrel. You can join us again tomorrow. We'll be here once more. Show you where the Discord is. Bless. Love to both of you, Lutz and Hendrik. So much blessings. Thank you, friends, for holding our friends so dearly. All right, Dunzo. Now I'll read you a poem. It's called You Leave a Trail. The flower is as beautiful as always. Is a beauty as always. Thank you, Hendrik. Thank you, Lutz. You leave a trail. You don't just pass by, you land. A glance, a laugh, a moment in hand, and boom, you're part of someone's story. Not the whole plot, not the twist, but a scene that sticks, a vibe they miss. You don't have to be loud to leave loud echoes. You don't have to try to be unforgettable. Just show up real. That's the magic. People remember how you made them feel. That one smile, that calm energy, that weird joke that landed just right. You crystallize. You become a version of you in someone else's mind. Consider this power. Try to be kind. I appreciate you, friends, for all of the kindness that you show me. And I don't use Discord, but I will check it out when I get the time. I don't use it much either. All right, I left the building. Wi-Fi will cut soon. See you probably tomorrow. See you, friends. Thank you for joining me. It is a pleasure sharing a moment like this. We shall share more again tomorrow. If you just got here and you want to see us again, subscribe. If you already have been subscribed, I thank you. Thank you. Seriously, that's nice. I appreciate you, friends, for joining me. I always like these moments. All right, I left the building. Bless again. Thank you, friends, for sharing this moment. I'll see you again soon. Tomorrow, dear friend. Goodbye for today. Love you, everybody. Cheers. And a cheers.